updates. Good morning, Tobago.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates. Viewers, we are being joined by Sergeant Joseph Jordon of the TTPS. And special good morning and welcome to you, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning to you. Thanks for having me this morning. Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago, your viewing and listening audience. I am doing well.
Great. Great. So I want to start off our conversation this morning in regards to a bust that happened at the port over the weekend, where a port officer and his partner was, held with some drugs and some ammunition.
Right. So on the note of that, yes, over the weekend we would have conducted some work, and 2 persons from the Port Authority were held. On Saturday, inquiries continued into that said matter, and searches were conducted at the homes of those persons, and additional drugs were found. We were able to recover approximately 1.2 kilograms of compressed marijuana. So those persons will later on in the day be charged, and I would, by between today and tomorrow, would appear before the court to answer those charges. Right.
Now, was this as a result of a tip, or?
We have surveillance and continuous surveillance as it relates to the transportation of drugs and ammunition between Trinidad and Tobago. And that was one of our examples of our surveillance and work over a period of time that resulted in such. So we want to thank the persons who would have contributed to that. And in particular, I want to send a special thanks to the Divisional Task Force Scarborough and the Sherburne Road District Police Station, so that they continue to work hard, and out of that work, we are yielding the results that we desire.
Now, how much did this bust, I would say, how much would this help in terms of preventing the amount of drugs that are coming into our island? Because, this is somebody that's very much involved in the port, that has a chance to say, you bring it in under me and that sort of thing, or to turn a blind eye, so to speak. So what would this do to the control of illegal stuff entering our island?
Well, certainly it highlights the point where the police, the port, and the security mechanisms that are in place, they are working. And it will send a strong message that you should desist from plying in these illegal trades. And it's somewhat, I would say, embarrassing to know that you as an officer of the port or an employee of the port, you are conducting yourself in that manner. So it brings further embarrassment to your family, to yourself, and even to the organization to which you are employed. And as I said, we are sending messages to a person that it is not appropriate, it is not the way that you ought to go. And we want to ensure that persons understand that the messages that are being sent, and we want to employ people to do the right thing, because do the right thing as is the right thing to do. And these sort of behaviors are not going to be tolerated by the organization. We have been working hard. We are seeing what the effects of drugs can do, and also it is one of our major problems as it fuels our current gang culture in Trinidad and Tobago, and the amount of murders that are resulting as a result of persons plying these trade. That out of that incident, it is appeared that some level of distribution is taking place based on what was recovered from the apartment. So as I said, it appears to be a level of distribution that is taking place, and no matter how small it may seem to the average person, that would have a serious impact on the persons who are involved. So it would have been a successful breakthrough in treating with.
Do you have any estimation as to how long this has been going on, and how much has this person allowed to come into Tobago?
Well, we can't say that information. I do not have.
Okay.
Right, as it relates to allowed or how long they have been doing this stuff, but from what was discovered, it appears that it's a comfortable trade that they have been plying, whether they are a major supplier or a minor supplier, but any part of it, therefore, thereof, is somewhat illegal. It is illegal, and they are now paying the price. The court has to do the judicial system is left up to them to decide how they will treat with them. But as it relates to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service and the other agencies involved, we have had an impact and a message was sent.
All right. And now we've also seen over the past week some shootings throughout Tobago. Now, is it that we've seen an increase in gun violence on our streets, or is it that these are some isolated events?
No, we are seeing some increase in gun-related crimes in Tobago, as in Trinidad and Tobago. And I would want to even point out on that note, when we look at our statistics for Tobago for the period 2023 and as compared to 2022, what we are seeing is that in our serious report crimes, there is a reduction, right, overall, which amounts to a reduction of approximately 32% decrease in SRCs. Now, SRCs also include murders. But a lot of people, our focus, or we are judged in this country on our
Murder rate,
rates,
yes.
right? And 2022, we would have seen 3 murders. Sorry, well, for the same period, we would have seen two murders. And for this said period in 2023, we are now seeing 5 murders. And most of them are gun-related. So therefore, the SRCs, or the serious report crimes, are going down. But that most serious one of that of murder is going up. So it reflects somewhat in a kind of bittersweet atmosphere, in a bittersweet state, and it creates a level of concern because yes, SRC is going down, but we have 5 persons dead as a result of gun-related crimes and as well as shootings.
How many people have been injured so far from gun-related crimes?
As approximately as relates to my recollection, we would have had 1 person who would have received gunshot wounds, and well, they are alive. The others were persons who would have been shot but eventually succumbed, hence taking our figure to 5. So yes, we have a number of persons who have been shot, and there are also incidents of persons discharging firearms in the public space, which would have been one of the incidents that would have taken place in the Wim district over the last week. And on the note of even on the last murder that we recorded in the Golden Lane is unfortunate, and we want to extend condolences to the family of Mr. Eastman, who would have met his demise, unfortunately, in such a horrific manner. So these are some of the challenges that we are faced with, and we continue to ask the public and plead with the public to assist in whatever information. If you see something, say something, and of course, there are the lines of communication where you can share information through the 555 800 tips. And of course, if you can find a police officer who you can trust and share information with at some stage, as I often say, not every single person within the organization may be considered as being corrupt, because it would mean that our state of security is totally compromised if we actually believe it, and then the organization of itself is somewhat in a daunting stage if we cannot trust not one single person.
All right. Now we only got about a couple minutes left, but I know that there's some developments in terms of what's been going on with bomb threats and how the police has been handling it.
All right, as it relates to that investigation, well, as the news would have really expressed over the last week, the incident was one of a hoax. However, our investigation continue to bring the perpetrators to the forefront, and it is seen in that instance where a lot of technology would have been used in order to, because the servers have been discovered all over the world. So this person or persons have a lot of technical skills in what they would have done. And as it relates to that, it brings me back to the point of last week we were discussing threats, and we would continue on that note. And if you may permit me, I would like to read one of our sections as it relates to law, as it relates to threats. All right. So we want to look at the offenses against the Person Act, which is Chapter 1108, and we look at Section 10. And this refers to letters threatening to murder. And it states, any persons who maliciously sends, delivers, or utters or directly or indirectly causes to be, receiving, knowing that the contents thereof, any letter or writing threatens to kill or murder any person is liable to imprisonment for 5 years. And this points to the issue of threatening language via letters and other areas. And there is serious penalties for these kind of things. And when we encourage these kind of behavior, we are creating fear in our society. And being in fear is a level of an assault to an individual. And the organization or the trying to be, there are laws that are trying to do that treats with these things. So in relation to that investigation, I am really hoping that our investigation can conclude and actually bring the perpetrators to justice so that the public does not continue with these kind of behaviors.
And certainly that it is discouraged.
Yes.
All right, I want to thank you so much, Sergeant Jordon, for being on with us. And such a pleasure, as usual. And viewers, I hope you
Thank you very
have
much.
a safe and wonderful day. And we would see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.